Hi, this is Catherine and this is Taking Tea with Catherine. This is Harvest tea that I've had on this channel before. Very autumnal, which is a great tea to drink when you're talking about Springathon, right? I'm having it in an Austin mug because I kind of miss Austin, Texas. I miss anywhere that's not my block. Although I did get to leave my block today for the first time in 3 weeks. So that's something. So I'm going to talk today about Springathon and some books that I am contemplating. Springathon is a reading challenge. It's not just about the spring, but it's basically a way of encouraging everyone to read nature writing, whereas a lot of people do read books that have some kind of nature in it, so they could probably find something in their book collection if they have one. And you could read fiction or nonfiction. I personally took this challenge as a good way of reading more of my nonfiction, mostly books. And I'm, I do read nonfiction, just like I read fiction. My goals this year were mostly to read classics, and I'm still working on that. And for nonfiction was kind of a combination of mostly history and nature writing. So this fits in very well. It's 4th to May to 17th to May, so it's not a very long time, but it's a good time to fit in some books that I've been planning to read anyway. I'm not big on joining reading challenges just because I get a little bit anxious about having to make sure I read everything, because that's the kind of person I am. But I do. I love Nonfiction November, and this kind of reminds me of that. A good kind of halfway point. I love Jane Austen July. I love Victober, these kind of things. But I don't join every challenge just because I can't deal with the pressure. Yeah. But I thought I would show you some books that I would like to read, and these can fit in at least in one way or another to the prompts that have been put forth for this Springathon. And the hosts, the folks behind Readathon are Natalie at Curious Reader, Emma at A Cup of Books, and I follow both of them anyway, so totally recommend. And also Juliana at Blank Garden, that's an Instagram, a bookstagram, I guess, if you will. I think I follow her as well. And if I don't, I will for this challenge. So they've come up with some prompts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the stack of books that I have next to me and which prompts they could fit into. And if you guys see this and you say, Catherine, during that challenge, I read this book, and yeah, you should read it just based on what you know about me or just what you know about the book, I am totally open to suggestion. I may not follow the suggestion, but I'm open to it. So, it's still kind of hot, which means I'm not ready for autumn. I don't know. I'm going to start with this book, and I'm not sure if this is completely nonfiction or fiction. I think it is supposed to be nonfiction, but I'm not sure if it's a memoir, but I don't know if there's been some fictionalizing. I know very little bit about it, but it's My Family and Other Animals by Gerard Durrell. I know I've seen the Durrells of Corfu or something, so I think this is what it's related to. What can this be? I mean, if this is the time when they're in Corfu, so I guess travel. By the way, the prompts could be on the cover, in the title, or about. So I also see fish and a frog, I guess, so animals, and I see a little bit of water. So did I mention the prompts are bird, water, animal, plant, or travel/destination? So that fits in a lot of these, and I just really would like to get into. I have 2 of these beautiful light blue classic collections. I've only just begun with my collecting. Maybe I should stop for now, but at least I should start reading, right? This is a book that I had in my April TBR. So I'm going to show you some books that either I'm currently reading or that they were already in my TBR. And I haven't gotten to them yet or haven't finished them yet, so I may just somehow shoehorn them into May. We'll see. Or I may start beforehand. You never know. So many possibilities. And that's The Dun Cow Rib, which is a very natural childhood, John Lister Kay. This could fit in to so many different things. Do I see a bird? bird. Do I see water? Bet your sweet stream. Do you see animals? Yes. Do I see plants? Uh-huh. Do I see travel destination? Well, for me, it is definitely a destination, so that could be anything. Man, so much. And this is urban forests. I see plants. And I see, I guess, travel destination, because there's different cities in here that are not just New York. So that's another one. I'm not going to go on and on about all of these, because I would be here for, another year. Just a brief showing of covers, mostly. I've shown most of these at hauls recently, and I haven't included any of my most recent haul in this. 2 books could have been included that were nature books, but I don't know. I feel like I have to get to the ones that I have had for at least a couple months. Well, this one actually is a pretty new one, but it's the last book I bought in my last visit to Book Off over a month ago, and I missed that place dreadfully. I'll live, but yes, I do miss it. So this is Mozart's Darling by Leanda Lynn Haupt. So that's about Mozart's relationship with his bird. So that's bird. I would say travel, but sometimes when things are kind of more history-ish, when it's about something in the past, although I guess Corfu, I don't know. This one I have had recommended to me a number of times by very good readers, and that is Lab Girl by Hope Jaren. I got this for $1 in Book Off, another Book Off treasure. Yes, when Book Off opens again, man. This is very much more plant, I think. It's a memoir about, I guess, a scientist and her relationship with her, I guess, family. I don't know that much about it. I've read the description, but I know Olive, who is a big nature reader over at Book Olive, recommends this, and my friend Kathy, who also read this recently, said it was great. So this is a big candidate for next month. And I think it was recommended on at least one of the hosts' videos as well. Ooh. So yeah, big time. This is, I'm not a big bug person, but there are some bugs that I do kind of like, and these tend to be the ones that I like, mostly because they tend to be outdoors, although I have had bees in my apartment. It's very rare. There was like a week where I kept having like odd outdoorish bugs. This was a couple of years ago. And I was waiting for a butterfly, but I'm kind of glad they didn't make their way, because with cats... Anyway, so this is A Buzz in the Meadow, The Natural History of a French Farm by Dave Golson, author of A Sting in the Tail by Picador. I always like that word. So you gotta see, I don't know, it's a French farm, so I guess there's more than just bugs, but I think that's mostly what it is. And there's no separate category for bugs, but I guess that would fit in animal? Right? I'm not sure if I'm going to read this one yet, but you never know. And this is one that I actually started this one. I want to read it, but I know it, when I first started it, when someone writes about their father dying, I always get a little like, doesn't mean I shouldn't read it though, and I know this is a hugely recommended book, and that's H is for Hawk. This is Bird, big time Bird, and I do like reading about birds. So, by Helen MacDonald, which, I am actually craving McDonald's. I know it's not the same spelling, but I'm craving McDonald's food, and that is sad. But that's a total side point. So, it might be time to get to this one, finally. This is a recent purchase. It's just cute as anything. I know my sister would want me to read this one. And that's Sheepish. And it's 2 women, 50 sheep, and enough wool to save the planet. I'm trying to remember where this takes place. I know I read it. Sorry. America? Oh. Well, it's still travel if it's not the United States. It looks like, it says she farms in Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. I should. I actually have family in Minnesota. I could go there one day, possibly. But I haven't yet. So, that could possibly be travel, but it's mostly animal, right? It's so cute. The little sheep in the front. Here's one that I stuck in just because I felt like it, because I don't know if I'm going to read it right now. But until this whole quarantine / lockdown / social distancing slash, I don't want to talk about it right now. Until that ends, this place is actually a travel destination for me. And that is Central Park. So it is, I mean, it's you know, I don't know what people write about in Central Park here, but Central Park itself could be birds, could be water, because they have ponds and lakes and whatnot. I've taken boats on there before. It's a lot of fun. Animal, definitely. There's all kind of animals in there, raccoons and whatnot. Plants, yeah, you can see that right here. And travel destination, so it could happen. This one I bought in California, and I have wanted to get to it. Sue Halpern's Four Wings and a Prayer, Caught in the Mystery of the Monarch Butterfly. I do like monarch butterflies so much. I'm hoping that when they are out and about, I will be out and about in New York. We shall see. This is one I got a few months ago. It's not the only one I have of this author. John Lister Kay, Gods of the Morning, A Bird's Eye View of Changing World. Very kind of environmental sounding with birds. So, birds. Here's one that I have on my TBR for this month, and I haven't started yet. I am falling behind big time. And, no shame. It's actually the next 3 are all books that I either have started or are about to start. So, we'll see what we're up to in May. But, this is The Electricity of Every Living Thing by Catherine May. One Woman's Walk with Asperger's, depending on what you say. It's not really the term that people use anymore. But, it says that, at one point it says that she, setting her feet down on the rugged and difficult path by the sea. So it's kind of a travel book. It talks about, landscapes, etc. So it's a memoir about her coping with her diagnosis, etc. I haven't started yet, so I can't tell you everything, but it's also about walking, which is kind of travel destination. So I don't know if I could, fit that in this category very much, but if I feel like reading it during a time, if I haven't started yet, right? Okay, 2 more, and this is not exhaustive of all my collections of fiction and nonfiction that are travel writing. It's not. But I don't want to be here all day. And I know you guys don't want to be here all day. Or do you? I don't know. Stay for a cup of tea. But I'm trying to keep things a little bit short. This one I'm really wanting to start. I know my sister had said that she would read this along with me. We'll see. This is a fiction. And that's The Secret Garden. That would fit in with my classics challenge and just a TBR that is beautiful. It's very springy. And it's a garden. And there's a bird on the cover as well. There's a couple of birds on the cover. So we got birds, plants. And that would work very well for fiction, because I don't have a lot of fiction in this list. Right? So, and then last but not least, this is the one I've actually read about halfway through. This could fit in so many categories. Just look at the cover. Tom Cox, Ring the Hill. Most of his writing could fit in a lot of categories, especially recently, because his earlier books that I read, because he wrote about music and other things, I think golf maybe, but the books that I read of his are mostly his cat memoirs, but his books in recent years haven't been 100% about his cats, although they tend to pop up, as they are a big part of his life. At this point, I think he only has 2 cats, and not that only, that's still good, but I think one of them is up there in years, so I'm like, But this could be so many things. Look at this. Bird, bingo. Water, yes. He writes a lot about swimming, and not just like in pools. He does go to some public pools, etc., but he swims in like natural bodies of water. So water, yes. Animal, yeah. I see. Right on this cover, I see. I can't say the word. Hares, bunnies, rabbits, etc. And that's just in the cover. Inside, I know he writes about cows and sheep and dogs and cats, etc. Oh my. Plant, yes, you can definitely see plants here. Travel destination, I mean, he does nothing but explore where he's at. For me, it's travel because I haven't been to most of these parts of England that he writes about. I've been to some of them, but not most of them. So it's travel for me and travel for him because he goes around looking at things and he's never staying still. This guy moves around so much. So much. To each his own. So, those are just a few books that I have that I haven't finished yet that I would like to either start or finish or whatever, take up. And they all sound good to me, but if you guys have any recommendations, I mean, I know you guys might want to suggest other books too. I might have other of these books that you may want to suggest, and that's all well and good. But right now I can't really, I don't want to get a hold of any more new books. If I can stop myself from shopping just for a little bit, that would be great. And you know, I'd rather read the books I have than accumulate even more books or ebooks or whatever. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys are going to join this challenge, this readathon, etc. I think it's a great one, especially because all these prompts are wonderful, but you could just, I think the whole deal is to even read one book. Just read one book that's a nature writing book of some sort. It doesn't have to be strictly, as you could see. And so when I finally get to doing a TBR for May, I would like to include some of these books, but definitely not all of them because there's just not enough time. Even if I were just to read these books in the month of May, I probably wouldn't get to all of them. So anyway, so that's all. Let me know what you guys think, and hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay today, so this is Catherine at Taking Tea with Catherine. Have a lovely tea and hopefully nature-filled day. Bye.